What is up, you crazy people of the Uverse, man? Thank you so much for stopping by. Yet again, I do appreciate all of your views. I keep looking at the session, and the session is dead. So it's not even in its little cage. Well, let's roll that intro and get this video started. So today I want to address some love. You know, that video up there, I kind of talked about the things I hate about this Aprilia Tuono Factory. Today I want to talk about the things I love about this bike. So I figured what better place to do it than on a road that I love. So that's right, we're heading over to Deer Creek Canyon. We're going to bail down Deer Creek real quick. Get this cruiser out of the way and let's do some power rides. Because that is one of the things I love about this bike. Oh, the handling, the cornering. Whoa. That was close. Here goes tank number 2. As you guys just saw, first time I tried to record this, well, it didn't go exactly as planned. So we're going to do it again, because that's just what we do. As you've probably no doubt noticed, I got a new selfie cam. So I got a second Hero 5 Black facing back at me. Got a killer deal on it on eBay with a little software tweak. I got another Hero 5 Black staring right back at me, also recording in 2.7, 48 frames per second in linear mode. But that's not the message behind this video. This whole video is all about love. Love. And the love that I feel for this bike. For my incredibly phenomenal, wonderful, amazing 2018 Aprilia Tuono Factory. So when I was kicking back and I was thinking about what 5 things would constitute this list, what would I put on my 5 things that I love about the 2018 Aprilia Tuono Factory, I went back to, why did I buy this bike first and foremost? So I was looking at quite a few bikes. I was looking at the Ducati Monster 1200R. I was definitely looking at the brand new for 2018 Triumph Speed Triple RS. That bike, it was a very close second on that bike. Another bike I was considering was the KTM Super Duke R, which I'm sure a bunch of you guys, well, at least a bunch of you recent acquisitions are familiar with, because that's the very bike, except I was looking at the blacked out version, but that's the very bike that my brother out in San Francisco, Kirshardio, rides and has absolutely built up to a dream bike. That was my number 3 choice. If I couldn't get a hold of an RS, if I couldn't get a hold of a Tuono Factory, hey little ladybug, hold on, it's gonna get crazy. I would have gone with an SDR just because I've had KTMs. So what made me put the Aprilia Tuono Factory at the number 1 spot without having ridden any of them? Really, I mean, I've ridden a Speed Triple, but never an RS. So I was just speculating on what the new motor and the new electronics would all be like. I haven't ridden a truly big bore KTM ever, you know. My quad was a 525, which was absolutely amazing. Outlaw or Polaris badging, but KTM drivetrain. Loved that bike. Oh, or that quad, whatever you want to call it. It was amazing. But what set the Aprilia on the top of my list were the looks primarily, let's be honest. I absolutely loved the look of the Aprilia. Oh, that was a bad bump. Tuono above all the other bikes. I just thought its stance, everything about it matched my character better. And then the fact that it was a V4 was definitely really high up on that list. I like race bikes. I like the high sound, but I don't like to ride them. I don't know why. I love watching Moto GP. But I've never been a big fan of that screaming, of being on a screaming motor. Slow it back down. The power on this bike is just intoxicating, people. I mean, I seriously cannot get enough of the power of this bike. So those were the big things that steered me towards this bike, away from the SDR, the Speed Triple, the Ducati Monster. I would have considered the Ducati Monster, and actually I still might in the future if Ducati decides to bring a V4 to the Monster platform. If they re-gear that or retune that V4 motor for naked duty, I really might have to test ride that bike. Whether I'm even interested in it or not, I really want to test ride that bike. Ducati, you need to make that bike. We need a Monster 1200 V4 or Monster V4 or whatever you want to call it. We need one bad. So now that I've got a couple thousand miles on this bike, what are the things that I absolutely love about this bike? And what are the things that I thought I would love that I definitely do? What are things that I didn't expect to love that it turns out I really, really like? So first and foremost, at the heart of this beast that 1100cc V4 motor, and it is my first ultimate biggest thing I love about this bike is the sound it makes, the power it makes, how smooth it is. The V4 is just an amazing motor, and it is far and away my number one thing that I love on this bike. My number two thing that I absolutely love about this bike is the same as what I thought coming in. It's the stance. I love having a true super bike rear set location. I love having my lower body exactly like a real super bike, like a leader bike, like a race bike. I'm really tucked in. It's where I'm most comfortable locking in my lower body, and it's something that reading all the reviews it's what really set the Aprilia above the SDR. Is I've heard the SDR is actually better for long, lanky, tall people such as myself. They generally find it more comfortable because it's got more leg room. It's got a refined rear set location. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted a rear set location just like a race bike, and that's what you've got on this. And then I've got the upper body just like a naked, so I can stand up, well, sit up pretty darn straight on the highway like I am now and just cruise. Or if I really want to, you know, you can get down into a full freaking stance and you can really tuck in and you feel like you're on a sport bike almost. I might end up doing flat drag bars on this just to lower the hand grips about an inch. Might not. I'm pretty happy with them where they are. You know, that'll be something way down the road. That's definitely not even on the upgrade list right now. So number one is the motor. Number two is the ergonomics. Number three thing that I absolutely love about this bike is actually the electronics package. I know I listed off the fact that it's got this gimmicky screen that's absolutely gorgeous with the lack of a fuel gauge on it, but honestly Duchess didn't have a fuel gauge either, and I adapted very quick to that, you know, just knowing what your tank mileage is and resetting your trip computer. So that really isn't a huge deal. Actually, none of the 5 things that I hate about this bike are really truly hates. Little insight right there. I know it's a huge surprise to everybody, but the electronics package on this bike is just amazing. From the anti-wheelie control, that I've got it set in its lowest setting, as you guys can see. It's set down in 1. All that allows the front tire to do is hover. But the anti-wheelie control isn't super invasive. It doesn't let the wheel come up and then power cut out. It's on top of the ball. It's on its game at all times, and I really do love it. It's amazing. The traction control systems, all the settings and everything that you can do on this thing are phenomenal. I love technology. So then the number 4 thing that I love about this bike is its aerodynamics and stability. And that's something that wasn't actually on my initial list because I thought Duchess was really good. Turns out the Ducati Diavel is good, and Duchess had that add-on screen right there that helped out a bit. But man, the aerodynamics and stability of this bike is phenomenal. You know, when we were out in California, my brother Steve and I hopped across the border to Mexico, and we did this. And during this entire pull, this is 6-gear pull from 107 miles an hour up to 170, I never felt any bobbles. I never felt the bike move at all. It was just rock solid stable. I was sucked into a pocket that I felt really comfortable in. I wasn't getting bad wind whip at all at 170, where on Duchess at 140 I could actually feel the wind impacting my helmet, and it was really pushing my head down into my shoulders. So the aerodynamics and stability of this bike is an unexpected huge bonus. Absolutely love it. My number 5 thing is actually the quick shifter. I guess that probably ties into the electronics, so let's not make it that. We'll do that as number 3.5. We'll step back. So number 3.5 is the quick shifter. I love having an auto blip. I'll wrap that into the electronics package, but I don't know that I'll ever have a bike again without an auto blip quick shifter. It just makes that big of a difference. That and the slipper clutch and the entire drivetrain is just phenomenal. I guess that's the way I could tie it into number 5, huh? So we can do number 5 as the drivetrain. It's how this bike actually drives with the slipper clutch, with the phenomenal combination of tires. I absolutely love the Pirelli Super Courses that are on this thing. They warm up extremely fast. They handle very quick, very well. I've got 2,000 miles on them and they're not showing terrible wear. So I'm hoping I can get 3,500, 4,000 miles out of this set of tires, which honestly, the way that I ride isn't that bad. I generally go through tires every 4,000 miles anyway. So if I can get a set of Super Courses to last $4 grand, it's not that big of a deal. If they only last $3 grand, I might actually try the Power RSs on this thing and see how they handle on it, because I do love those tires as well, and they get a lot better range than the Super Courses. So yeah, Super Courses, slipper clutch, auto blip, quick shifter, all that working in concert with the traction control system and the way this thing just puts the power down with its wheelbase, with its rake. It's just phenomenal. So we'll make that number 5. Why not? What the hell? This is just an off-the-cuff list anyway. And if you guys have anything to add to this list, I'm going to end it here. I've got quite a few others, so check the comments feed, because I'll put my 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 I can't remember how many I have. Might be 10 in the comments. And if you guys come up with some other ones that you really like, put it down there in that comment stream. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up or the thumbs down, whichever one. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're new here, thank you very much for joining me. And I hope I earn your return visits. What are you doing, Caddy? Oh, that torque of this motor. That's why it's number one. I didn't even drop a gear, just 6 gear, just pull. Oh, it's beautiful. But until the next time, you know I love each and every one of you guys. Keep that shiny side up, and peace. I don't know if you guys can hear that auto blipper. I absolutely love it.